Guys, what's up? Back for another homebrew review. You've seen the label work of this guy before. This is Barry from the Brewed Palate. Right now I'm doing his Fruits of My Labor Dark Saison. I don't know if that was a nod to S.J. Pour or not. Fruits of Your Labor. But anyway, this is a Fruits of My Labor Dark Saison. This is in the same Hidden 36 series, which the previous beer that I tried was in. This is a vintage 2014, 7.75 ABV, so it's a little bit bigger of a beer. Let me read this real quick. I'm going to skip part of the label. Again, variations. This series is supposed to be variations on classic styles. Since for the second beer in this series, chose to attempt to explore another quote-unquote new end of the Saison color spectrum and add midnight wheat and D180 syrup to bring dark color and flavors into the picture for a quote-unquote winter Saison. And he also noted in his sheet that it's almost tasting almost a little bit more like a dark, like a Belgian dark strong nowadays. Now that's had, I imagine, in the general vicinity of 2 years of age on it. So I'm gonna get into this thing. Pretty excited. Oh gracious! Woo! Almost got me again. All right, so two things. We could blame this on an overcarbonation, but I guarantee you the blame does not rest 100% in that camp. I'd be willing to bet two of these, I think 3 out of the 6 that I got from Barry were bottle conditioned, 3 were keg conditioned. I so happened to pick 2 in the same night on the first night of reviewing that were bottle conditioned. So I imagine there might be a little bit of an element of not sitting long enough in the fridge to kind of settle, everything back down. But looking at the beer, you can't see it because it's really dark. And you can also see my phone's reflection in the glass. It's bubbling up like craziness. So it is overcarbed. Oh, but it smells really nice. And the little bit I can get through this foam, the foam is like a darn meringue. Send me the last bit of the bottle in the glass, because I've already disturbed that sediment. Doesn't matter anymore. So, well carbonated. You can hear some bubbles popping, but the head is sticking around. It's meringue-like up here on the top. So let's see if I can fight through this foam real quick. So on the nose, it does very much smell kind of like a darker Belgian ale, like a golden strong or a kind of a maltier double. Not really any spiciness that you might expect from a Saison. And just a little bit of an underlying roastiness from the darker malts for that midnight wheat. So let's get into this thing. It's really good. It's really good. It definitely, to me, and again, this is age. It's what age does to a beer like this. I don't get much Saison character with it. No, that's probably a combination of age, and then you add some of the darker malts, darker syrups in there, and it's gonna kind of change the dynamic that Belgian yeast is going to have. you know, fermentation temperature will also play a part in that. If it fermented low, then you're not going to get a lot of those kind of estery, but it's really tasty. If you would have told me that this was a Belgian double, almost even a Belgian stout, because you could, it's kind of similar to a, like he said in his sheet, kind of similar to a Belgian dark strong, but it's got a little bit more body than most of the Belgian dark strongs that I've tasted. It may be the carbonation that's helping that out. It's almost got the flavor profile of like a Belgian stout. So like a stout that's been done at a low temperature with Belgian yeast. So you're not kicking up a ton of that Belgian character, but just enough to realize it's not a regular, you know, English or American style yeast. You know, nice clean yeast. That's really good. It's got some nice underlying roastiness, but nothing acidic, which I love the midnight wheat because it brings that kind of toastiness without bringing the acidity. It brings a nice smoothness to the body, which I think is why the mouthfeel is more like a stout than a Belgian dark strongs, because of that wheat. And just a touch of like chocolatiness. It's really, really nice. The nose is Belgian dark strong like. Kind of a little bit hint of caramel and kind of dark fruits. A little bit of raisiny character in the taste. I'm loving it, Barry. Gosh, except for that carbonation issue, this is really well done. No off flavors, no off aromas whatsoever. Very well fermented. And great flavor profile. This thing is aged spectacularly. Dude, thank you so much. Barry from the Brewed Palate. This is the Fruits of My Labor Dark Saison from 2014. I'm going to sip on this for the rest of the evening because I don't want to just pound it back. This thing's too good. Dude, have a great night. Thank you for sending me the beers. Cheers, y'all. Have a good one.